Haikyuu's focus on character above all else is one of the things I love most about the series. It is the main reason that every single match, no matter the build-up, has tension, because Fur Date lets us into the minds of the players on both sides of the court, and makes it agonizing when one of those teams has to lose. Characters like Ushijima, Osamu, and Yamaguchi have wildly different arcs, but all of them are equally as compelling. Fur Date has mastered the ability to create a compelling character just on concept alone. There is no character in the series without an obvious flaw, in the same way that there is no perfect volleyball player. Because Fur Date makes each character's strength and weakness obvious, it is so easy to connect with them right away. One of the characters that I find I don't put too much thought into until he hits me with some of the most emotional moments in the series is Sugawara. And when thinking about Suga's character and small but important role on Karasuno, I think you could argue that he is the hero of their team. Out of the 3 third years on the roster, Suga is the only one that doesn't get starting minutes. Even so, he still chooses to stay with the team and give his absolute all at practice. Right off the bat, it is easy to identify with Suga because he cares about volleyball so much, even though his talent is outshined by others. All of us have a Suga in our lives, the person who cares deeply about a sport or activity, but doesn't have the raw talent to ever truly be great at it. But that doesn't mean they don't have a role to play on the team. There are guys who don't play. Does that mean that they're not good? They're just playing a role? If you don't want a role, then play tennis or golf. But if you're going to play a team sport, there are going to be things you're going to have to give up to get what you want. Those words came from LeBron talking about basketball, but I could just imagine Suga saying them to the members of Karasuno. Out of everyone on the team, he understands that every single person has a role to play. If it isn't done, then the team will never be able to reach its full potential. Suga's character represents the idea that every person on a team matters. At many points throughout the series, Suga's wisdom and play keeps Karasuno growing and winning games to the point where even though he is not a starter and doesn't get that much time on the court, they certainly would not have made nationals without him. Because Suga is a starting caliber player, his role in practice helps the team grow as a whole, which is really important when players can grow exponentially in high school. And it is easy to see the larger connection a character like Suga has in the story, and how his mindset can affect our own lives. Karasuno works towards winning every game of volleyball they play in hopes of winning the national championship, in the same way all of us view our same thousands of goals that we end up having, big or small. No matter the situation, if it is a person or group goal, there are always parts of the process that don't seem to be as valuable or flashy, but every part matters. Suga shows how important the smaller, less obvious roles can be vital to our lives. Every part of the process matters, even for a third year who comes off the bench. This idea is at the center of what makes Suga so impactful as a character and reaches to many others throughout the series. But moving away from the thematic elements, let's revisit his role in the narrative. As all great characters in Haikyuu, they are essential for other characters' development, and Suga plays a key role in Kageyama reaching his potential as a setter. Suga is sent to the bench pretty much immediately after Kageyama joins the team, and while there isn't really a conflict of Suga not getting the chance to start anymore, he still helps the setter position by pushing forward Kageyama's mind state. Sugawara has never had the ability to be able to push forward his spikers, but just trying to give them the most flexibility to make a good spike while in the air. That is something that hasn't really crossed Kageyama's mind up until this point in the series. Some of the best moments are when Suga talks to Kageyama about Karasuno's spikers. Without Suga, Kageyama would have likely never reached his potential with Hinata and the other players on the team. And in the moments when Kageyama trusts his spikers later in the series, it is an amazing payoff watching Suga's reaction to that. This isn't to say that Suga only helps Karasuno by being a pseudo-coach, but he still gets many moments to make plays on the court with his teammates. In addition, Karasuno has a huge advantage by having a backup setter who has the ability to start for many other decent teams. Of course, he still has his shortcomings, but by utilizing his play for a handful of rallies gives Karasuno a boost in many matches in the series. The creativity of a team that has Hinata playing middle blocker shows up in how Suga is used. Sometimes he simply replaces Kageyama to let him catch his breath or refocus, and other he plays alongside Kageyama, taking full use of his ability to also spike the ball. Suga never stops evolving once he gets put on the bench, and because of his dedication to the game, he is able to provide a unique role on the team that their opponents don't have. When thinking about Suga's character, it's hard to not get a little emotional. He cares so much about the game even though he plays so little. Of course he wants to start instead of Kageyama, but the fact that he understands and never complains that Kageyama starts shows his understanding of how important the bench players can be on a team. And yet I still wish he could see the court more. I feel for him. In his last year, his last chance to play volleyball for this team, he isn't able to get on the court as much as he wants to. But that doesn't stop him from practicing and helping his team grow mentally and physically. An invaluable part of Karasuno, and even down to his final moments on the court, he stays true to who he is, making sure that he as an individual never goes above the goal of the team. Because if the team functions properly, 6 people will always beat 1. And no one understands that better than Sugawara. I don't think a hero needs to be the loudest person in the room, but often the person who is willing to do the job that no others will. Everyone wants to be the ace. Everyone wants to start. But it takes arguably even more dedication to not start, but still be there every step of the way for your team. It is for these reasons why Suga is essential to the success of Karasuno, and why, even though he isn't a starter, he is the hero of Karasuno. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Suga is a character that throughout the course of the series I found myself more and more engaging with and sympathizing with, and I think he's one of the most underrated characters in the series, but he is also one of the most popular, so he is a great character, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're looking forward to more Haikyuu content coming in the future. I love talking about the series, so there will be more videos to come for Haikyuu and also for other series. Definitely watch out for some Attack on Titan videos soon as the final part of the last season is airing. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.